The General Data Protection Regulation, which will come into force on the 25th of May 2018, is having a monumental impact on all people and businesses and organisations who use data across Europe. For the research sector, I think there are a few issues that are of particular importance. Certainly the fact that individuals now have much greater rights, and these need to be respected and promoted. Also, there are greater obligations placed on businesses to be accountable for the data processing that they do, and a need to take a risk-based assessment to data use. Also, because the fines are going to be so much more significant, with fines of up to 4% of turnover, maximum of 20 million euros or 15 million fines, research organizations really need to make sure that their culture reflects the importance and value of the personal data they collect, and that they entrench the safeguards, technical and ethical, to use it appropriately. MRS works with partners in our organisation EFAMRO. We play a pivotal role in terms of representing European organisations with the EU institutions in terms of advocacy for an appropriate and facilitative environment for the research sector. So of course, one of the things that we have looked at is the whole data protection framework, making sure that appropriate exemptions have been put in place for that. There's reform and discussion over e-privacy in terms of the use of cookies, but our work and our remit goes much further than that. So initiatives such as copyright legislation and how that impacts on research, looking at self-regulation and initiatives in that area, and anything that impacts on the business of research. These are all areas that we make sure that we engage with policymakers so that they understand that there is a public benefit, a clear public benefit to market research in terms of the development of new products and services and the ability for businesses to meet consumers' demands. The General Data Protection Regulation comes into force in 2018. So we have a 2-year period in which to get our house in order. There are a number of things to be done, even though 2 years does seem quite long. I think firstly, organizations need to understand the kind of data that they possess and how they use it. So do an audit of your personal data, how you collect it, where is it stored, understand where it's being transferred to. Then secondly, check the steps that you take to meet compliance. Do you have systems in place that will allow you to implement the new rights that individuals have? Can you easily deal with a subject access request? Can you meet a request from an individual who wants their data deleted from a research project? So make sure that your systems and your policies comply with the new legislation. Thirdly, naturally, you need to commit to best practice in research, both legally and ethically. So understand the MRS Code of Conduct and follow it, as that will help you to come to terms with the new regulation. Lastly, stay up to date. Make sure you keep up to date with the changes in the GDPR and the information that both the regulator and the MRS will provide and publish to make sure that you keep yourself informed.